The classic Broadway hit musical of Tony Award-winning writers Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine takes a new journey through a reimagined score for a new generation of high school theater students.
All the other characters, I kind of kept their, repetitive sound going. So anytime we saw Little Red Riding Hood, it was electric guitar shredding or just an electric guitar playing, the melody, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, for example.
Go behind the music with the orchestrator in this special program, part of the CRC Music International Music Reimagined series.
Into the Woods is written by Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine, and this particular musical is one of the most unique, being that it involves a series of fairy tale characters, and these characters are based on the Grimm characters. So figuring out the score for the new sound for the score for this particular adaptation, I wouldn't say it was challenging. It was more so, it had its challenges, but it presented more of an exciting journey within itself, aside from the story of what the show is. Because in addition to the ideas and concepts that the director presented to me going into this early on, it made it easier for me to kind of figure out where to go. And so just from the few suggestions that he gave me, I remember he was like, oh, Little Red Riding Hood could be, a punk rock singer, being of, and I thought about that even more, and I was like, yeah, being of how obnoxious she is when you first meet her, it made sense to kind of go that route. And so from that point on, I kind of ran on with that idea.
I know what was in store. Once his teeth were bare, though I really got scared, well, excited and scared, but he drew me close and he swallowed me down a dark slimy path where lie secrets that I never want to know, when everything familiar seems to disappear forever. Like for example, the witch, the first time we meet her, she goes into this rapping kind of vibe, part of her introductory lament, or not really a lament, but her introductory musical number of when we first meet her. That's another story. Never mind, anyway, at last the big day came and I made my claim. And I take away the baby, they shrieked and screeched, but I did, and I hit her, and she'll never be reached. Your father cried, your mother died, but for extra measure, I admit it was a pleasure. I said sorry, I'm still not mortified, and I laid a little spell on them. You too, son.
90% of the orchestrations are brand new. I took some elements, more so like I like to keep like the key elements of instrumentation pieces that we all remember from the original version, and kind of implementing that into the newly, constructed piece, but with a different instrument or played slightly different. But in a way, for people who know the music, they'll be like, oh, that's that one little motif, but it's played by this instrument, but I recognize it. So there's that, which is the original, orchestrations. And then from there, I kind of, was trying to figure out, okay, rhythm-wise, because I know that's what we were really playing with, rhythm. Back to the strings, we have the dun 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 dun, and then we just throw the kick drum in, and bum 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 bum.
Without regret, the choice is made, the task is set. Into the woods, but not forgetting why I'm on the journey. Into the woods to get my wish, I don't care how the time is now. Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, but out of the woods, and home before dark.
Here's the thing with the witch. I was like, okay, she has various personalities, being her magical self. So I was like, her genres of music can change differently, but all the other characters, I kind of kept their, repetitive sound going. So anytime we saw Little Red Riding Hood, it was electric guitar shredding or just an electric guitar playing, the melody, da 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 da, for example. But for the witch, every now and then, it would be, tremolo strings going or mixed in with like some type of synthesizer layered on top of it. When I got to Last Midnight, the song originally is a very jazzy fusion kind of arrangement anyway. So I was like, let's keep that, but let's kind of make it more R&B hip-hop-ish a little bit, kind of bringing that back, because the only time that was introduced in this version was early on when we first meet her. So I was like, okay, we can bring that back, the hip-hop part a little bit with the jazz fusion, and it just worked so nicely. And that's my thing. It wasn't more so of trying to force an idea to work. It was more so of an experimentation, throwing things in, taking things out, seeing what could organically fit in what already existed. And so and in that case, for that number, that worked so nicely.
It's the last midnight, it's the last verse. Now before it's past midnight, I'm leaving you my last card. I'm leaving you alone.
Our newest cast member, happy to join us. Send a video, and here they are.
Hi everybody, I don't know if this is your opening night, but if it is your opening night, I think I know how you're feeling. This is how I felt the first night we were shooting Into the Woods. Scared. Well, excited and scared. So have a great show. Break a leg or 40 legs or however many of you there are, and have a wonderful time. Remember, you are not alone. No one is alone. Just look into the eyes of the person on stage with you, and you'll be fine. Have a great time.
It was just really cool, just seeing everything come together.
For the spell you cast, not just on children.
Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you.
Careful, that is the spell. Children
This program was presented to you by CRC Music International, where musical visions are brought to life, worldwide.